in the first ye old 60 seconds again.
Welcome to the ye old podcast for me. It's the big bad ye old podcast for me.
Welcome to the ye old big bad old podcast. I'm the ye old Olivia one.
And I'm the ye old Syd one. And this is ye old Syd and Olivia talk ye old shit.
If you aren't watching this video and you're just listening and you're like, what in fuck's name is wrong with them this week?
Yeah, the answer is the Renaissance Faire. We went to the Renaissance Faire as we do every year.
As we have to every year. It
We're
is
required
addicted.
by God.
By God. God has made us.
And it's our favorite place ever. And obviously we're
It's
going
the
to go
best place
again
ever.
this year because it's
We already
still
went
here.
once, but that's not enough times for,
No.
it's only,
No.
yeah. And so basically, this is a very exciting episode.
I'm like gonna freak out. I'm gonna have like a somatic response.
Yeah.
I'm about to cry.
Yeah.
about to
I see your
real
eyes.
life
I see
cry.
your eyes glazing over like the life is leaving them.
Like I'm about to real life cry.
Yeah, I think you are.
When I tell you.
Yeah.
I really feel like I'm gonna real life cry.
This has been this has been a person we've been talking about for truly like since 2018, like latest, maybe before.
Olivia and I
Which is like 7 years.
love the Renaissance Faire.
Oh, we love the Renaissance
It's a huge
Faire.
part of our friendship.
It really is.
And an even bigger part of our friendship is this person who we've never met before today.
and like none of this is exaggerated.
I'm like real life about to
like
cry.
none of this is, like I can back up the fact that she's not exaggerating really any element of what she's saying at all.
We have
Someone really cool.
someone here who is, I would say, the king of the Renaissance Faire.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's a huge title. We'll get into that.
I think it's true.
So if you know him, you know him. And if you don't, what the fuck is wrong with you? Are you a person who's never been to the Renaissance Faire?
This is, I'm losing it. This is, our guest today is ye old Aaron Bonk! Yay!
Oh, hey!
Oh my
right.
God. Aaron Bonk
Aaron
in the
Bonk.
flesh.
Hi.
Wow.
This is
wow.
Good day to thee.
Thank
Ye
you.
old
Ye
to
old
thee.
to that. Fuck yeah to that.
fuck yeah, ye
That's
old.
me speaking like proper Renn Fair. Fuck yeah to that.
Oh,
yeah to that.
absolutely, indeed.
Oh man.
It's like, how do you even talk to your idol?
Yeah,
right?
that's a great question. This is a great
It's
question.
like, how do you even do it? So we like have been going to the Renaissance Faire for years.
Yeah.
Me too.
And yeah,
I know.
Yeah.
And
I remember the first time we saw you. You know, we're walking through the entrance-y part.
I was dressed as Rumpelstiltskin.
You were dressed as the Pope. The
Was
first
I?
time. The first
Oh,
time.
I was dressed as the
first
Pope.
time.
And we saw this show that was like a
Well,
whip.
we heard women screaming like there was a disaster.
Yes.
Like we heard people screaming like there was like something wrong had happened at the Renn Fair. And we were like, oh no.
We were like, oh no, what happened?
Yeah.
But turns out it was just a flood in thine pussies.
It was just Aaron Bonk happening, ladies and
It
gentlemen.
was just Aaron Bonk happening in that ye old fair.
It was just Aaron Bonk happening to that ye old everyone's pussy, apparently.
Because you were doing like a whip show.
I do.
Yeah.
And when
Yes.
I tell you this is like Beatlemania at the
it's
Renaissance
the Renn
Fair,
Beatlemania, and it's crazy to watch every year.
we sat in the back, and I remember a line of women sitting in front of us, all in like, you know, they're like Renaissance costumes. And I swear to God, anytime anything happened, all of them real life coming.
So Aaron Bonk, for the people who don't know anything about any of this, what is it that you do?
I do what I call a fire, whips, and swords show, and it's danger, comedy, juggling, whips, obviously, a lot of whip cracking, and finales with fire whip cracking.
Yep.
But yeah, danger, comedy, stunts.
And you're aware that people are like freaking out.
Yes.
Yeah.
I live for that. I live for
you
that,
just heard it here. Aaron Bonk is aware that people are freaking out.
That's the goal, right?
And like you'll do a lot of bits where you go like, oh, that's for the After Dark show, but like the people
you
there
have
are
like slutty
actually
little
like
kind of like
It's
things
really
you
a
throw in there.
safety issue because I'm doing a fire show and the hay bales that people sit on are dry. So we need to keep those.
Right, of course.
Yeah,
No,
it's
and
really
that's
a
actually
safety.
such a good point with the LA fires, and that's huge.
And
I'm all about safety.
So what we're
safety.
doing actually is we're the new Smokey the Bear.
I've actually said this for years, which is Aaron Bonk could have
the new-
stopped all of the LA fires if he had just made everybody in Los Angeles wet. I don't know if we can even keep that in.
My real life ex is a straight man, and he is going to be jealous that Aaron Bonk is here.
Oh no, I also have dated people who are obsessed with Aaron Bonk, and all of them are going to flip their fucking shit.
No, they're all going to be so.
That is a
fucking-
hard demo. Straight men are a hard demographic.
It really is. I don't know, Aaron Bonk. I don't know what it is.
And you do have people like chant your name.
Yes.
Yeah, and now
I don't tell them to. It
your
kind
real
of
name?
naturally comes out. Yes, it is my real name.
You were born Aaron Bonk.
Aaron Bonk.
That's so fucking
it's,
sick.
Bonk is generally a German or Polish name. It comes from the region right on the border of the two. And so it might have been spelled something like Benke when my great-grandfather came over and it got changed.
Heard.
Bonk. But yeah, real name.
That's
Wow.
cool.
Nobody believes that.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, I believe you.
Yeah, I believe you, and I believe women.
I believe women especially.
Okay.
Agreed.
Okay, everyone.
Clip that. Why
Clip
don't
that.
you?
How about that? Okay.
Okay, so we have so many questions about the Renaissance Fair.
Yeah.
Because we're, like, huge fans.
Yeah, I don't know if you could tell or if you can tell if you're watching this video, but the crown I'm wearing right now is a rat crown that I made by myself. And I got a crown of thorns from Amazon, like a Jesus crown of thorns. And I got a bunch of little rats and some twine. And I made this and I wear it every year. And I'm really proud of it. So I just wanted to say that out loud.
Yeah, absolutely.
That I
Yes,
made
you
it.
should.
That I made it.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I made
It's
it.
beautiful.
Thank you so much. I made it.
Did you make that?
I did. Thank you.
Beautiful.
All right.
Okay.
Keep going with what you were doing.
No, I loved that. We have questions about the Renaissance Fair.
Please.
And we need to know from an insider.
Yeah.
I'll do my best.
Okay.
Sid almost was an insider. But we'll get into that later.
Dude, I had a fucking God. You know what? You know when you just get teased and then you get something ripped away from you?
Yes.
I really hit it off with this woman at the Renaissance Fair who was working at like a dress,
I bought her a shirt from
area.
her. It was great.
And we just like became such friends. I think that's when I was in like a sewing phase. I was sewing a lot.
You were dressed like the Pope.
And I was dressed like the Pope. And we really hit it off. And she was like, do you want to work here next year? And I was like, I do.
Yeah.
I do want to work here next year. But that next year was 2020.
My favorite thing is that she was like,
when we
one
were-
thing we don't do here is drink. And then she poured you a glass of wine.
Yeah, that was sick as hell. I love that woman. If you're out there, like, geez, girl, we were friends. Okay. Okay, so here's the thing. When you are working at the Renaissance Fair, are you guys all camping? Because that's what I picture.
Where do you go home?
No.
Do you go home?
So I do, what is home? What is home? Some people camp, some people don't, and it all depends on the fair you're at. The one that's here near Los Angeles, some people camp there, but it's very limited as to how many people they can allow because it takes place on in a county park, so there's very strict rules about a lot of things.
So where are you?
But
Are you
so
staying
some
in,
people camp, some people have campers. I don't have a camper. When I'm here, I rent a place, Airbnb
Sick.
or
Got it.
that kind of thing, and stay fairly close to the fair if I can.
Got it. Okay, very sick.
That's cool.
And different people have different arrangements. Some people who work there are local, so they just go home.
Right.
Where are you from? Where are you based?
I was raised in Cleveland, Ohio.
Okay.
I was born in Allentown, Pennsylvania. but I
Okay.
grew up in Cleveland, Ohio. I live in Tampa, Florida.
Okay. See, these are all
Yes.
things I didn't even know.
No, I had no idea.
I had no fucking clue. Like, fuck me. I had no fucking idea.
No, I had no idea.
Where have you
So-
been?
I haven't been to any of those places.
Yeah.
I might have been to the one in Pennsylvania when I was a child.
Fair.
But
To know that this is an option for your job, like to know that you can be the whip man at the Renaissance Fair and make everyone go crazy.
Yeah.
How do you discover that that's something you can do? Because obviously I would imagine that there is some representation either in your real life or in the media that you see and you go like, oh, I could do that.
There's a lot of levels to that question.
I'm sorry.
Question. That's a really
it's okay.
insightful
That's,
I got really
that's very
excited.
good. Yeah. It's like, how do you discover you have this?
Yeah, how did you discover you're the whip guy?
So I started as a juggler. When I was 11, I learned basic 3-ball juggling, and I really liked it and practiced a lot. Eventually met other jugglers who started bringing me to juggling festivals and conventions, and so I started off as more in the juggling side of things. At one of these juggling festivals, someone was teaching how to crack a whip workshop. And I signed up because ever since I was a kid and saw Indiana Jones and Catwoman, every time I saw a whip, I was like, that's cool.
Yeah.
I need to do that one day. So I'm at a juggling festival, and other jugglers like, let me show you. And I cracked the whip. Even cooler than I thought it was going to be. This, more of this, lots of this. I need more of this. And then started working it into the show. And then,
wow.
Yeah.
And now you set them on fire.
I do set them on fire.
And throw them in the air and catch them.
That is real.
So I don't do that.
That's so crazy.
And I don't think I even could.
That's so crazy.
Don't.
That's so crazy.
That's like sick.
Yeah.
And then
it's like sick in the head. Like, what's wrong with you?
That's like sick. No, and then
You're like sick.
Yeah, right. That's
why we all love the Renn Fair, though, because we're all sick.
I love the Renn Fair. Okay, and
I
then
get on stage instead of therapy. And
yeah, bada boom, bada bing.
Yeah.
And then clearly, if you have the whip talent, you go like, oh, I could go to the Renaissance Fair with this talent.
Right. So years ago, when before whip was in the show, some friends of mine were working Renn Fairs up in Cleveland, and they're like, Bonk, you gotta try this, come check it out. And I did, and they helped me get hired, and I was like, I love this. I love the Renn Fair. It's
same.
It's such a great atmosphere. It's for what I do, all the skills that I do, it's a great place to work. But also, I love the atmosphere, the attitude. I love the costumes, whether they're Renaissance appropriate period costumes or people in cosplay or just wearing whatever the hell they want.
We went with Shrimp King.
Shrimp King, the Pope. It's all welcome there. Whatever your weird is, it's welcome there. As long as it's not illegal or imposing on other people.
And shouldn't that be how it is in the grand scheme of things?
Right.
Like, be yourself, be your weirdest version of yourself, as long as it's not like, and I like to strangle people to death.
Unless they want it.
Unless they are consenting and that's their weird thing.
Wear a lovely hand
and that would be a
necklace.
hot way to consent to die if you wanted to die.
Absolutely. Whatever your orientation, your lifestyle, it's you're welcome there, and it's not.
And that's what we love about it so much.
Absolutely, and that's why I love working. A big part of why I love working.
Yeah,
there,
of course. And I would imagine that all of the people who work at the Renaissance Fair have like a community of their own. Or no, am I wrong?
Like the Renn Fair community?
Yeah, like the people who like are behind the scenes. Like, do you guys all know each other?
A lot of us know each other. We're working at the same place day to day. And that's another part of why, because I sort of left Renn Fairs for a while to pursue cruise ships specifically. And I missed it. I missed the community. I missed you get to hang out with the other performers, but also the booths, the people selling stuff in the booths and all that stuff. And there is a community, and it's
and everyone's
it's a
fucking
twisted
each other,
family.
right?
But,
is it super slutty?
There's a fair degree of.
We didn't even ask him for a safe word, and we're already asking if the Renn Fair is slutty real life.
Oh yeah, we are the only podcast with a safe word because we require one. What would you like your
the
safe word?
sponsors have insisted.
Yes. Syd was like, you guys need a safe word. So what do you want your safe word to be for this episode?
Guacamole.
Okay, that's beautiful. So if at any point,
you feel really uncomfortable, just say that and we'll go home.
we'll all go
all
home.
right.
Okay.
Unless we're talking about Mexican food.
In which case, and we'll add a disclaimer.
Right.
We'll all have a real conversation before then if we start talking about Mexican food.
Okay.
So, but we were under the impression that...
and you can leave this mysterious, but we are very under the impression that the Renn Fair is just so freaky in a good way.
Is that everyone at the Renn Fair is like freakier than anyone else in the world?
Whether or not they've had sex.
Yes.
Whether or not they've ever had sex, they're freakier than everyone else.
This is our theory.
Then define freaky.
Like have sexy,
Like in
crazy,
your head,
sexy
when
thoughts.
you're in your head. Like not just like standard, like, oh, penetration in missionary.
Like it's just like everyone at the Renaissance
you
Fair
got
is
freaky shit
thinking
you're
something
into. You're thinking something.
crazy.
Exactly. Whether or not they've even touched a person or seen a person naked.
I see.
That's what I think.
I would figure probably. I mean, there is, there is a strong overlap of the kink community and the Renn Fair community,
Which makes sense because,
but also people who are completely vanilla, people who are completely asexual, also enjoy the Renn Fair
That's
and
really
are
true.
welcome there
That's
too.
It's
true.
for
And
everyone.
maybe that's a boring take to
No,
say.
I think
but,
asexual people should be welcome at the Renn Fair. I think that's a great take.
Right. but frankly, as far as, when there's a lot of people walking around in corsets and fishnets and very sexy outfits.
Yeah.
It's impossible for me not to go there mentally.
Yeah, and you're the whip guy.
You're the whip guy.
Now here's a question, because that's something you cannot take home. Like you can't be whipping sexually because you're like, oh, it makes me think about work. Like if you're in like the bedroom, you're like, oh, I want to be doing work.
That's
Another
a good
day at the
point.
office.
That's a
I'm
good
saying,
point.
like, an example for me is anytime I've had a partner be like, let's role play, I'm like, ugh, pay me then. I don't want to write something right now, you fucker.
I don't want to do improv.
I want to do improv. I already do that for free.
Is this equity? Are we getting benefits for
Talk
this?
to Bruce and Zach.
Yeah, you got to talk to my managers, actually. So do you go home and you're like, I can't do this?
No.
Crazy. Well, crazy.
No, I don't do that. No, it's it might be different if I worked a job that was just a job that I didn't like.
Right,
but
right.
no, my show and the things I do in it are a very big part of me and who I am, and I bring my interests, my passions into what I do.
You
and,
set people on fire in your room?
Now,
Not
here's the
yet.
thing I saw you do 2 days ago.
It would require a lot of paperwork.
Like 2 days ago or 3 days ago, I saw you beatboxing while whipping.
Holy shit, can you do that right now?
And
I
do
didn't
you
see
bring
it.
that into the bedroom? Do you bring that home while you are in the bedroom? Do you do it?
I'm not saying I'm opposed to it. I just haven't
Done
been with a woman who has requested that.
Well, ladies,
Ever.
get on it.
Okay, so then, so everyone at the Renaissance Fair fucks.
Yeah, I mean, well, you want to know my take on that, right?
Yeah.
I feel like nerds are kinkier.
Yeah,
In
absolutely.
general.
Because you've
Yes.
spent so many years
In
not
here,
being able to do
and
anything.
I'm not saying that as an outsider.
Yeah, I know, of
Obviously.
course. It's just the thing of like when you're in school
I'm a
and
nerd.
everyone's like, ugh,
Yeah,
you
and
have a scoliosis
You're like,
brace.
what if
You're
I
like,
came up? Like you can't just be like, I had my first kiss at 14. So
Right.
it's like you just get in, you get freakier. And
Right.
listen, I think that's kind of sick in a bad way. No.
And also the
Kidding,
imagination plays
Yeah.
into it
Yeah.
in the kink lifestyle and that kind of thing. And when you're used to being up in your head thinking about
Mm-hmm.
things a lot, I think you come up with maybe more intriguing scenarios.
you get the most pussy at the Renaissance
Yeah,
Fair, right?
this is the thing we always say about you, and I can't believe we actually just said it
Well,
out
I brought
loud.
this handy chart. To,
The thing we just
Because it's something we've been talking about for years.
we describe you as, oh yeah, he's the guy that gets the most pussy at the Renaissance Fair.
And I feel like this might be just something we
should
have
at least
to get
tell
into.
you that we say that about you
For
to people
years,
who've never met
for
you.
years
Yeah.
we've been talking
That's-
about it.
yeah.
And in fact, we did like a sketch years ago.
Yes,
where-
about the Renn Fair where we showed our costumes.
Well, no, not even that. We did another sketch about like cults and how like people in cults are at least fucking, and so that's like a
and
good
we were like,
part
we
of
wanted to
cults.
join a cult, and
And that was the sketch.
Right.
And then
I
went through
saw
it.
that sketch. Yeah.
and then at the end we were like the button is something about like
okay, we don't want to join like a normal,
Yeah.
like let's just do the Renn Fair.
Renaissance Fair is like the most cult like
Yeah.
sense of community, but also like everyone's fucking.
Yeah.
The Renaissance Fair.
Yeah.
And we hashtagged it Aaron Bonk.
We don't know any details about your
fully
personal
support
life,
this.
but like we've created a lore for you.
We've created in our heads, we've created this person that you may or may not be.
We don't know, and there's no way to find out really by the end of the day. But it doesn't matter because you're real in our hearts.
You're real in our hearts. You are our Beatles. You
Yeah.
are our Beatles.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Like you are our Beatles.
Can I get you to like scream on the tarmac next time I get on a
Yeah.
plane?
Yeah,
Like,
No, we will be coming back to the
Oh, yeah.
Renaissance Fair
This
sometime.
time, this circuit.
This circuit.
Yeah.
And we will be there front row screaming.
Can we show you some videos from our previous times at the Renn Fair, and you tell us your thoughts?
Sure.
You can
great.
rate them.
You can rate
Okay.
them. Okay.
This is a segment called We Harass Aaron Bonk with Our Old Renaissance Fair Experiences. Play the music! Cut the music!
Okay.
Yield.
Yield, cut the fucking
Yield. Cut
music.
the fucking music. Why don't you yield?
Huzzah.
Huzzah, cut the music.
Huzzah, cut the fucking
Huzzah,
music.
goddamn. Okay, so this is not at the Renn Fair.
Yield Panda Express.
Right.
Yeah, that's Yield Panda Express.
I think this is 2018.
Not a mask in sight.
So that's
That's me
dissociating.
eating some Yield chow mein at the Yield Panda Express.
dressed as the Pope, no light in your eyes.
Is this post-Renaissance?
No, this is
Fair?
pre.
This is just some
Fair.
pre-Renaissance
All
chow mein.
Actually,
Carbo
Olivia and I
loading.
have consistently referred to a thing of chow mein from Panda Express as a snack.
It's not. It's not.
Because one time we were in a mall and we said we should just get a snack to walk around with.
And the only thing, for some reason,
We got tubs of chow mein
And we walked around
around
Bloomingdale's.
going, this is just a snack.
and everyone was like didn't want
Everyone
us to
looked
spill.
at us like, ugh, I think it was the only time we've ever been to a Bloomingdale's.
Of course. I don't even know.
We walked around just feeding
housing.
ourselves with this like just
And all the people were
tubs.
like, who ask you if you want a sample were like, not that.
They
Not
were,
that.
they were like, no. We were just like,
No,
it's
stay
just
away
a
from my
snack.
So what do you think about this pre-Renaissance Fair snack, and what do you think about that, the Pope outfit?
Well, you got to get some food in you before
Yeah.
the Renaissance Fair.
Yeah.
Right, absolutely. There's great food there, of course, but you
there
could
really
spend
is.
some time getting there, even getting to the food. And you want to get in and start drinking right away. So
Yeah.
you need a good base
Yep,
of
totally.
food.
That's such a good
absolutely.
point.
This is just brilliant. Yeah.
Thank you.
It's a Yield snack.
Okay,
And holy Panda Express.
Holy. It's very holy, actually.
Holy chow.
What's your favorite food at the Renaissance Fair?
What I bring in my cooler.
Is it human organs? I like the big turkey leg.
Big turkey leg,
for
big
me.
chicken leg.
Turkey legs
Pretty
are fun.
fucking
Yeah, I'm usually too busy working to be able to stand in line and
Okay,
get
humble
Renn Fair
brag.
food.
Do you ever DoorDash? Do you ever
Okay, brag.
Do you ever DoorDash to the Renn Fair?
Oh my god,
Oh, that would
Like,
be
are you ever whipping and then somebody brings you like Taco Bell?
that would be sick.
that's brilliant.
Wait. Can we do that in your show?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Next
Oh
time
my
we're there,
God.
can we do a bit where we bring you
Yes.
Taco Bell and you go, oh, I just DoorDashed this, and like while you're whipping, you like eat a taco from Taco Bell? Will you do that if we bring you Taco Bell?
Well, I don't know if he knows how to eat a taco while whipping, or if we're
Yes,
legally.
you do. You're Aaron
Yes, I
Bonk.
do. I
Well,
can
then
get-
of course I'm
course
answering.
you
I eat a taco while whipping.
Well, I don't know. He's Aaron Bonk.
I've created
He
a version.
gets the most pussy at the Renaissance
I've
Fair.
created a version of him in my head, and I'm not pressuring him to live up to it. But
I am. I cried at the beginning of this episode.
I know I saw you.
Sorry.
Whether it's from that restaurant or any other, I won't mention the name of it on stage, but I will happily eat that taco.
We're doing
and
it.
Okay,
crack a whip.
iconic.
We're doing
Yeah.
it.
Huge DoorDash energy.
Also, I have another question. Do people recognize you in public?
Yes.
And they
Yeah,
like
that makes
freak
sense.
out?
I usually freak out.
do they like shart themselves?
Do they shart themselves?
Do they shart their pant?
If so, they've never mentioned it.
Do they say, oh no,
Never said-
yield shart is in my pants?
Oh, no.
Pardon
yield
me, Aaron
sharting my
Bonk,
pant 'cause I can't
must-
come right.
I must away to the privy because I have sharted myself.
Oh yeah, yield.
That's never happened yet.
Okay.
But,
There's the first for everything.
So,
yeah.
but do
But
they
I-
go like,
I do.
can I get a picture?
Sometimes, or they'll just, are you Aaron Bonk? This gives it away.
Right.
Yeah. And like, oh, we love your show. And,
Yeah.
they're all, everyone's so far been very polite. I haven't met anybody who, I'm not that famous to get like.
You
What's
are
the
though.
ins-
You are.
crazy
What's the
stalkers,
inspiration behind you have a very iconic
Hair. Yeah, listener, if you can't see this, Aaron Bonk's hair is. How would you describe this?
besides iconic?
It was a security guy in the Barbados airport called it a slant hawk.
It is a slant hawk.
That's what it is. Yeah, that's great. It's if you're not watching us, if you're listening, it's basically a thin mohawk, just tilted off to the left a little bit. I think symmetry is for cowards.
Yeah. Okay. Love that.
Yeah.
Okay. Love that.
Wow, you heard it here first. Symmetry is for cowards. And that's
Aaron
great
Bonk.
news for me because my eyelids abide by that rule.
Yeah. Yeah.
Most bodies do, but people try to hide that.
My eyebrows. One of my eyebrows is so much more expressive than the other, and I truly.
That's fine.
It is fine because symmetry is for cowards.
It is. It is.
Okay, should we watch another?
I do the different eyebrows for different expressions.
Whoa!
That's such a good point. Well, okay, wait, do one and okay, what is that?
That's kind of interesting.
Okay, and one then the other?
Suspect.
Oh, okay.
I'm so glad you brought this mug as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Here's a video of
The Raven.
of me getting in trouble with the Crow Man.
Yeah, with the Raven. But yes.
But I love him. He's
Absolutely.
another person I love.
I love him too.
If you don't know this guy, you're missing out on so much. Oh, he's beckoning a child.
I literally always beckon a child.
I know. That's why he reminds me of you.
They just never come toward me.
Try to repel the children. They come anyway.
Have you heard this guy talk?
Yes.
Holy shit.
I don't believe you.
It's just like,
Did you see that?
what did he do?
He came up to me like, don't fucking film, and put his hand on my lens. That's me getting in trouble with my hero.
Okay.
I love that.
I'm a little worried because he does beckon a child and then go like, don't film this.
Okay, the optics aren't great.
The
but
optics are not great.
I think, and knowing him and knowing
Of
his
knowing
character,
Raven.
it's
Well, he doesn't want me to
put down
be-
your phone,
Yeah,
be in the moment.
I think that's
Yes.
very valid.
He's a very not in his phone. He's a very be in
Clearly.
the moment, appreciate how things are around you.
He's just
be here, be part of the magic kind of a
he's
thing.
just
That's
a
what he's
playful
doing.
raven man.
The thing
Yes.
about it is, I'm not saying I didn't deserve it, and then also I didn't weirdly like it because I got to interact with him.
Right,
And
of
is that how
course.
internet trolls feel?
Yes, probably.
Wow.
Most likely.
Can we do one more? And it's the one at the zip line.
Today we're understanding things about others.
Okay,
today?
this is my favorite video
Just
we've ever
today.
taken from the Renn Fair,
Don't make
and
it work
it
too hard.
is our hero. Well, everyone's chanting Zipline Pope. We can put it in post, but everyone's chanting Zipline Pope, Zipline Pope. Everyone on the ground is chanting it.
Wow.
That's when I was the Pope. I ziplined.
That was when you were zipline Pope.
and I was zipline Pope.
Yeah.
Wow.
So when you think about it, that's pretty sick.
That is pretty
You've also been
sick.
Rumpelstiltskin.
Yeah, I've been Rumpelstiltskin. I've been zipline Pope. I've raided a
Divine
Mormon
zipline.
woman's garage for Renaissance Faire costumes in high school.
Did she know?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's-
good.
Okay, that's important.
That's good. That's
of
a great
course.
detail. Of course, my horse.
Of course, my horse. Yeah,
We want to be a
huge.
two-person horse when you're really bad.
We
And
actually
just-
want to do
Oh.
that this year.
Yeah, but we just like don't have a costume.
Right.
Do you know where to get a two-person horse costume?
I feel like those are usually made.
Yeah, I feel like
you
we're gonna
gotta
have to
make
fucking
that.
make it.
Yeah,
It's gonna be bad.
We have to start
But
working on
that
that
kind
like
of
now.
is better.
But who gets to be the head?
We can switch off, or we can
there you
flip
go.
a coin. Also, that would be crazy if a horse gave you a DoorDash
Oh my
during
god.
your show.
That would
If a
be
two-person
sick.
horse came on and gave you a bag of Taco Bell, and you were like, sure, and you ate it while cracking a whip, I feel like there would be no more California wildfires for the rest of history.
Absolutely. Wait, speaking of your whips, can we see them?
Yes.
Do you have them
can.
with you?
I do.
Do they have names?
Yes, it's called a whip. I brought these three with me.
Whoa.
Like maybe a few of my whips maybe have been named, but I have so many of these. These are my specifically juggling whips, and I have so many. It'd just be like whip A, whip B, whip C.
Okay,
so it's
that's-
hard. Yeah, I
That's
haven't come up
really
with names
in
of-
depth.
Yeah, sorry.
No.
These are actually named 1, 2, and 3.
Wait.
You can see the dots on them.
Okay, so
Holy shit.
the end, do you light the end on fire?
These are not for
Okay, those aren't
fire
for
because
fire.
these are made from nylon paracord, so they would just melt.
What is the difference between a whip and a whip you light on fire?
Well, a whip I light on fire is made primarily of Kevlar fire wicking with a metal handle, so that it can be soaked in fuel, lit on fire repeatedly. Like I could do that with these.
But
once.
you just lose them.
Yeah.
They would
and I
be,
would be
they would
covered
burn.
in burning, melting.
Right.
And you know what?
don't want
plastic.
that.
You don't even.
I don't. No.
You don't
No,
even want
it's
that.
not.
And guys, you've heard it here first. He doesn't even want that.
Everybody's got their thing. I don't want to kick shame, but it's not my thing.
Right.
And that's beautiful.
The first time that you ever juggled a whip on fire, did it hurt you?
Probably.
Yeah.
Have you ever gotten hurt by your own whips and your own fire?
Yes.
How often?
Too often to count.
Beautiful.
The fire whip specifically. I tend
Shit.
to, they hurt. Well, it's a big. They're even bigger than this, and it's so much fire. And when you first light them, you're just kind of holding them there for a moment before you can get ready. And just the heat from the fire near you can start to burn your hands. That happens a lot. Or the wind is blowing back at me and it starts to burn a little bit.
Damn.
Yeah, so that's just like minor little burns. That happens
Huzzah.
maybe a couple times a weekend.
So huzzah.
But there have been a lot bigger burns, a lot bigger cuts. And
I really want to see you do the whip.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can we see you do it?
The whip.
Well, you have to say please.
Okay, it started.
Can we please see the whip or I'll kill myself?
That's how Syd does kink. That's how Syd does kink. Can I? Sorry, I always take it too far.
I always take it too far.
Do you need help?
I'm sorry.
Can you see the whip or I'll kill myself?
Sorry, I always
started off so good.
I always take it too far, you guys. This is always what happens.
I take it too far.
Hi, can I please, or I'll end it? Okay. Is it
Then
cool?
yes.
Can you do it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Should we go outside?
Let's go outside.
This is a segment called Aaron Bonk Does Whips in Real Life in Burbank.
This is the best day of my life.
Oh my God!
This is the best day of my life.
We have to be women screaming.
Yeah.
What? Oh my God!
Okay, now our producer ordered Taco Bell so that we can test this out before we come to the Renaissance Fair and act like you're Door Dashers.
Are you ready?
Ready? Oh my God, I'm gonna kill myself after this because my life can't get better. Oh wow, this is my favorite day of my whole life.
Okay, well, we're gonna save that taco, and if you guys want to buy it, it's gonna be $100.
We're gonna be selling this taco on our Patreon.
And we're back.
And we're back.
Wow,
in the
that
studio.
was truly my favorite
Incredible.
thing I've ever seen.
Wow.
That
Right?
was incredible.
Right.
Yeah. Wow.
I impressed myself.
Yeah.
You should. You should.
And there's more of everything on the Patreon always. Go
Yeah.
check out the Patreon for more of the weirdest shit you've ever seen.
If you're starving to mainline more Aaron Bonk, you can check out it on our Patreon, and also a lot of other shit.
Yeah, we've got some really, really weird stuff over there.
Yeah, we've got-
including
My diagnosis.
Olivia's diagnosis. We have a fan fiction. Yeah, we have a fan.
Mental, not.
Oh.
I'm totally physically
Yeah.
fine, except for my thyroid.
We have a fan fiction between Clippy the Paperclip and
JD
Vance.
Vance. It's very sexual.
Very
So if you're
sexual.
underage, don't read it.
We have like a ton of stuff over there, so go check out our Patreon. It's
Yeah.
only $5. Also, you can see the episodes uncut, uncensored, early.
Yeah.
So go check out the Patreon.
So that's what you got to do.
Would you consider yourself like an expert on the actual Renaissance period?
No.
Okay,
Okay,
cool.
iconic.
Not at all.
Because I did look up, why is this whole episode about sex for me?
Because it's the Renn Fair, Sydney. That is
Right.
the underlying thing about the Renn Fair. Do you see what I'm wearing right now? I would not be wearing this at the Renn Fair.
Right.
I'm pointing to my bra if you can't see. I wore this exact outfit at the Renn Fair, but I did not wear my bra. And the difference is we're on camera, and it would be fucking weird if I didn't wear my bra, because I'm not one of those girls who can get away with not wearing their bra at any place other than the Renn Fair. The Renn Fair is always underlyingly sexual.
Did you want to do a rant
Greatest
about...
job ever.
I feel like when you have boobs that are a certain type of boobs, it's really hard to go without a bra. It's a really big thing. Everyone's like, it's so cute and so like fun when like a girl is just like, I'm wearing a baby tee and no bra. Like, oh my God, so sick. And then when you have boobs of a certain size, you're like, this just looks pornographic. But what I'm saying is sometimes I feel uncomfortable not wearing a bra because I'm like, this really looks pornographic. And then at the Renn Fair, I'm like, yeah, that's fine though.
Right.
So there we go.
Yeah. When I was dressed as Rumpelstiltskin, I did not wear a bra.
Yeah, you didn't.
When I was Rumpelstiltskin, my titties were out.
You were.
I was vaping in a corner, dressed as Rumpelstiltskin with a sign that says, give me your firstborn.
We'll insert a picture of that here. I have a picture of that here.
And I was fucking killing it.
You were.
Yeah. I was gonna say, so I looked up because I was like, the Renaissance Fair, don't laugh at me.
Sorry.
Aaron Bonk, you're my hero.
Laughing at the situation, really. No, you're fantastic. Laughter is the greatest thing you can give
My God,
not
it's
the greatest,
like,
but it's pretty great.
It's like
I love
being
giving,
laughed at by Paul McCartney.
Oh, wow.
Did he laugh at you?
No, I've never
Right
met
now,
Paul
right
McCartney.
now.
Right now, he
Right now he is.
When you know how they're gonna
Wouldn't
do
that be great though?
You know how they're gonna do 4 movies about the
made Paul
Beatles
laugh.
in 2027? They're doing 4 movies about the Beatles in 2027.
Sure, yes,
Lord
I
of
do
the
know
Rings
this.
style?
Yeah,
or-
and they're all released in 1 month, and they're focusing on, right?
Different Beatles.
Focusing on one Beatle
Yeah.
each.
Right.
Yeah.
They were 4. Yeah.
Like they need 4 movies about you.
Oh, 4, and they're all focused on
Different
one Aaron
parts
Bonk.
of Aaron Bonk.
How many Renn Fairs have you like?
Wait,
oh my God.
Please, I need to know
What I
this
was gonna
video-
say is,
what did you look up?
I was looking up the Renaissance Fair, and I was looking up the Renaissance era, and I was like, is the Renaissance era inherently super sexual because the Renaissance Fair is super sexual? Is there like a connection there? And the thing I learned is, and this could be not real because everything you read is not real. Okay. Okay, conspiracy theorist here. Everything you read is not real. Apparently, in the Renaissance era, people were having anal more than frontal. People were having anal sex more than traditional sex. People were fucking butt-wise more than
People were
front-wise.
doing butt stuff, not
front stuff.
front stuff.
Because
good on 'em.
they thought it was safer.
Right.
For
Well,
what?
They didn't,
For babies, technically.
Yeah, you don't have contraception that's anywhere near as good as today. And if you keep doing it the regular, then you just end up with more kids and it's hard to feed people. And that makes
STIs.
sense. Right,
Yeah.
STIs. Yeah.
STIs, I guess.
Maybe they thought
get,
it was safer.
Yeah.
For that.
You can get STIs through your bunghole, right?
Explain.
But I think it is. You can't
Explain.
You can't get pregnant through your bunghole.
Explain.
Correct.
Bunghole has when you go in, it's
Shart.
colon and shart, and it's not baby. It's not babby.
What kind of STI you get from your bunghole?
Do you?
You get UTI from your bunghole.
Okay,
But that's not STI.
you get. Yeah, I mean,
any of them? AIDS?
Yeah, I was gonna say AIDS, but I didn't want to say AIDS. I was like trying to think of
Name one. Well, yeah,
the big one.
you know,
it's a really. So the thing about it is, it is
all
a
of
really
them?
bad one that like fucks you up for
Right.
I was really like, no, you don't get any.
It's like there's one
Do you remember the 80s?
pretty famous,
Like,
but also that's just from transfer of fluids.
Right.
So you can
right.
transfer fluids in any way, right?
Right.
And including your bunghole is what we've learned.
Okay,
In
yeah.
the last 5 minutes.
Wait, that's sick.
Yeah. So, Aaron Bonk, have you ever transferred fluids from your bunghole? Here's a segment called. No, I'm kidding. I'm stopping myself. Okay. Well, are you happy about your research? Do you like
No,
it?
I know.
Okay, you're mad. Okay.
No, I wish I learned more.
Okay. Well,
I want to know more about
look up Renaissance era sex anal.
Wow.
I like how it says it was a necessary evil back then.
Yeah, I read that too.
Why do you got to call it evil?
I didn't. That's
Oh.
That's what Google did.
That's
Google
what
was like,
calls
sex
it.
was a necessary evil in the Renaissance
So,
times.
anal
You
sex
asked
was a
about
necessary
how-
evil.
You mentioned earlier that there's definitely like a cross between like the kink community and the Renaissance Fair community.
Yes.
What is the most interesting thing that you have seen / experienced or heard of at the Renaissance Fair that has to do with those two, that marriage?
That marriage, that hand in hand.
Like, what is the equivalent of a woman throwing her panties at a rock star?
For the Renn Faire. I mean, I think it would be the same.
Well, throwing your panties at a whip show.
Right.
Probably just that.
I had fans come up a lot with their tip money in their cleavage.
Right. That's very Renn Faire.
Yes, that's very Renn Faire.
Yes.
And want me to get that out however I choose to.
Do you whip it out?
No.
Do you
That would probably
No.
whip your fans.
Do I whip it out? I have to
Sorry, don't
stay
know the
mostly
concept
family
of
friendly.
whips. I don't know how it
just,
works.
Just the phrase "whip it out" has a bit of another connotation.
That is true.
But also, no, I'm not allowed.
You're not
on
allowed
the
to
Renn
hurt
Faire
the
grounds
guests.
to whip a guest.
Okay,
Right.
crazy.
But you do afterward. Do you have groupies?
yes.
You have groupies, right?
Like define groupie.
So I feel like you do because
Just
you
like-
just said define groupies.
Yeah.
You for sure do.
You don't have to say it.
I have some very ardent fans.
That's
Wow.
I mean, that makes sense. That fits the image we've had of you this whole time.
Yeah.
You know, it's
I just
everyone-
hope everyone goes to the Renn Faire and has a crush there somewhere.
Yes, that's I think what it is. Is
Renn
everyone
Faire
has their
crush.
Renaissance Fair crush. Who's your Renaissance Fair crush?
Ooh, oh,
Mine's the Crow Man.
just depends on who walked by me in the last minute or two.
Okay, so you've got an ever-changing Renn Faire crush. That's good news, ladies.
There's
have you
also-
seen Renn Faire people?
There's also the
Yeah.
woman who feeds people beer.
Oh,
and
the slutty beer
yes, at
pour.
the slutty beer pour at the
yeah,
at the bar.
can you explain that to the people who have never been to the Renaissance Fair?
Look it up. There's a one particular bar at this particular Renaissance Fair where they have them hold their hands up on I think it's a bar or something like that, and then the bartender will feed them their drink while saying incredibly lewd and suggestive things in their ear, and it's pretty hot.
While doing
It's pretty
some
hot.
ye old moaning.
Yeah, and if I wasn't working, that's the bar I'd go to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you would be ye old there.
They're doing some like ye old dirty talk and like
Right.
some ye old pouring the drink into your mouth while you are just like,
So listen,
Yeah.
if you're watching this when this comes out, or
Yeah.
listening to this when this comes out,
Yes.
the Renaissance Fair in Irwindale, California.
It is
Called
still-
the Renaissance Pleasure Fair.
Yeah.
The original Renaissance Pleasure Fair.
Yes.
Beautiful.
The original Renaissance Pleasure Fair is still going on.
you guys, it's still happening.
Still happening. 3 more weekends. 3 more weekends through May 18th in the year of our Lord 2025. Huzzah.
So you can go to that ye old young fair.
Yep.
And you might see us.
You might see us
you might
being
see
a
us-
horse.
There being a horse. You might see us
Of course.
there giving Aaron Bonk some Taco Bell.
Yeah.
You never know.
You never know with the Renn Faire. That's
Where-
what we love about it.
Where else can the people find you?
They can find me on my website at aaronbonk.com.
Beautiful.
And that lists all the Renaissance fairs and cruise ships and gigs that I work throughout the year. They're
That's
all
epic.
up there. They can find me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all at Aaron Bonk Show. All one word, Aaron Bonk Show. Or just occasionally out at a Starbucks somewhere.
I love that.
Yeah.
And you can find us on our Patreon. It's only $5 and get the episodes uncut,
Uncensored, early, unwell episodes. And we have extras too. We have like Q&As and stuff. We're going to do a second Q&A after this episode. We have a whole kinds of stuff up there. So we're going to check it out.
So go check it out. And until next time, I think we should go out on a chant that you do at your show. You make them chant bonk, right?
I do not.
But they do.
They do.
Okay,
He already
No,
said
it
he
would
doesn't
be
make
it would be
them.
so cheesy if I make them chant.
One,
But they
two,
do.
three, bonk, 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 bonk,
Freeze frame.
me.